Hey guys, it's Ron again from Physique Transformation Academy, and today I want to chat with you guys about the most important health markers to look at when you're an enhanced bodybuilder. So, we always hear about blood work. Sure, blood work is really important to go get. Realistically, if you're somebody who's somewhat cautious with your anabolic use, with your peptide use, if you're somebody who's on top of their blood work, most of the time, you're not going to get anything alarming. Your cholesterol might be a little bit off, so that can be fixed around with some dietary changes, with some supplementation changes, maybe not using orals. If you're somebody whose liver values are a little bit high, okay, we know that that's mostly training related, or if you're using orals, tone down the use of the orals. If you are somebody maybe with a little bit of thick blood, that can easily be fixed. So a lot of these things that we look at in standard blood work can be easily fixed, and then don't say, okay, like this is going to have long lasting damage. But where bodybuilders or somebody with a lot of muscle mass who's enhanced can really learn to be able to look at, constantly monitor, and then take care of is going to be blood pressure and blood sugar. These two markers are going to be able to tell a lot. Blood pressure, the silent killer. If your blood pressure is high, that's going to place a lot of stress on your heart and your kidneys. And if you place a lot of stress on your heart, it can thicken up the walls, and in turn, it can lead to a heart attack later down the road, and your kidneys as well. Your kidneys are going to be affected by this blood pressure being higher, and it's going to incur damage on the kidneys in the long term. So in the short term, high blood pressure is not going to kill you most of the time. And this is why a lot of bodybuilders and people are like, it's not a big deal. It doesn't really matter. Well, you might not notice much difference in the short term, but you do that for years and years and years. Now you can develop and make it become an issue. So be on top of your blood pressure, be on top again of your blood sugar. So blood sugar, when you constantly have high blood sugars, is creating a heavy strain on the pancreas, making it release insulin all the time to try to lower these blood sugars. This can incur damage on the kidneys as well in the long term. Not to mention, also, it doesn't make you feel great, can incur damage in your brain, and also, this is what can lead to diabetes much later down the road. Why do bodybuilders struggle with this? Many times it could come from growth hormone use or just simply eating so much food. Now, what's a simple way to bring down the blood pressure and the blood sugar? Eating well. So if you're somebody who's constantly looking to eat from home, eating good food, eating good quality food, that's a major win right there. Doing cardio year round, whether it be off season or pre-contest, you want to make sure you have some sort of cardio. A mixture of HIIT and some sort of low intensity cardio is the best in my opinion, because that's going to lead to you being healthy and feeling good. Also, another tip is going to be sleeping well. Making sure you don't have things like sleep apnea, because that can really lead to issues down the road of, again, high blood sugar due to the bad quality sleep, and high blood pressure due to be able to not breathing properly and causing it thickening of your blood. So as a bodybuilder or somebody who carries a lot of muscle mass or somebody who uses PEDs, something very simple to constantly monitor is blood pressure. You can get a blood pressure cuff. I monitor that every day. You don't have to do it every day. And blood sugar. You can get a blood sugar monitor. If these are high, make sure to contact somebody who knows. Try to get it down naturally first, but you might need some medicine, and you might need the help of a doctor to be able to take that next step. So again, guys, don't look at just your basic blood work. Sure, that can tell some good markers. That can tell you, okay, maybe I got to fix up my cholesterol a little bit. Maybe I'm putting a lot of strain on the kidneys or the liver. It's not always PD related, but also take a look at those two easy markers. And, I'm a big believer in, it's not necessarily PEDs that will carry such high risk to a bodybuilder. It's more being a very large human being, even if it's muscle, is still heavy on your frame, still heavy on the organs, and eating large amounts of food. That combination of being a very heavy human being and eating large amounts of food is what's really going to put a lot of stress on your organs and body, not necessarily the PEDs. Do the PEDs help? No, they do not. But I oftentimes see problems more with larger bodybuilders, even if somebody has used the same amount of PEDs being a smaller bodybuilder, because that smaller bodybuilder is just not somebody who is putting as much strain on their body just by simply being smaller. So make sure to check these tips out, guys. Make sure to do your cardio year round. Make sure to eat well year round. Don't be eating a bunch of cheat meals and eating off plan, because that's going to lead to bad health. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all. Feel free to apply to my coaching program. Let's keep getting strong and big.